So David, on our last episode, you you made me introduce our topic without even warning me. So I really wanted to get you back today. So you will be opening the pod today.
I feel like you had it ready, like you were just excited. Like, you know what? I'm not even gonna say anything. I was like, okay.
I got a little nervous to trick you, but
I'm ready. I'm ready. That's fine with me. Hello and welcome to With Heart and Soul podcast. I'm David and this is Jacky. Hi, Jacky.
hello.
Yeah. So how was your week since we last talked? How is everything going?
I think we last talked on Monday, right? That's when we recorded our last episode,
Yes.
right? I think I just kind of had like a regular week. I've been getting ready for Christmas, so I've been really busy with that. And also my t-shirt business had an event yesterday, so we were getting ready for that as well. But other than that, it was just the usual, like working out, going to work, and coming home and just staying busy. But yeah, I had a fun weekend, I think. I don't remember what I did Friday. Did I go somewhere? I don't think I did, but yesterday was the event, and after that, we went to a bar and we got some beers. We also went to a beer distributor, which was literally like beer heaven. Like I felt like a kid in a candy store. I think we spent like $70 on beer. And then
Wow.
right after that, we got a beer at a bar there. Then we went to another bar and we got another beer. And then we went home and we had a friend over. So that was fun. And today we were out getting all our groceries for Christmas. So I feel really good now that we have everything in the house and it's just like one less thing to think about.
That sounds very eventful. So was it like it was like a beer distillery, right? So it was like, did you have like were you able to like sample everything or you had to pay for everything that you bought type of place?
There was an option to sample everything. There was literally everything there. Like you could get beer nuts like in bulk. It was just like a beer heaven, literally a beer lover. Everything you could possibly want was there. It was really
Wow. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
yeah.
How was my week? It's been a little bit busy. So as you can see, I have a new setup in the back. I'm Me and my wife, we're moving to, well, we have moved already, but we're gonna move again in a couple months. So because we sold our current house and we're staying here and then in an apartment, and then we're gonna be moving to a house that's being built. So it's exciting. It was a lot of moving, a lot of up and down, a lot of exercise. Did a lot of exercise this week. Hopefully I lost like 10 pounds. I weighed myself. But but yeah, that was fun. And then Friday I didn't do any. Friday I chilled. Friday I just chilled. No, that's not true. Friday I went to go see Spider-Man. That was fun. I don't know if you're a big, I'm a nerd, so we talked about me being a nerd, but me and my wife, we went to this nice place called iPick. It was like in Atlanta, and basically it's like a place where you go to the movies and then they serve you food. So that was fun. We went to see Spider-Man. Spider-Man was good. I give it like a nine out of 10. So whoever hasn't watched it yet, definitely go watch it. Not gonna spoil anything, but and then Saturday I went to a friend's graduation, and that was fun. That was definitely fun. Me and her, we've been talking for like years as far as like she really wanted to graduate. She got her associates, then she finally was able to get her master's. So it was a big accomplishment for her, and I was really happy to be there to celebrate with her. And then today, just chilled for the most part. Went to church, and we're here. Here we are.
Nice. Well, congrats to your friend.
Yes.
And also, I have a lot of things to say about what you said. Like, first of all,
Okay.
I had no idea that you were moving this week. Like, I know you told me you were moving, which I was already shocked about, but I didn't realize you were actually there. I was gonna say to you, your background looks different. But question, is that all your shoes?
Yes, it is. It is. It's
Oh
actually
my.
move this way.
How many pairs of shoes do you have?
And then maybe we could move it up a little bit. That's all the boxes. Oh, that's a good question.
If you had to
If I had to guess, 9, 18, probably like 25, 30.
Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be more like 50 and upwards.
No, I collect sneakers, but I don't collect sneakers to that level. My wife always makes fun of me. She's like, "You have so much shoes." I'm like, "Have you looked at your collection? You have a lot of shoes as well." But for me, I'm kind of weird about it because I like to keep the boxes in case like I need to move. It's like hence that we moved. So I just put all the shoes in the boxes and I was able to just carry it easier.
Right.
But I still have some shoes like from sneakers I have like 7, 8 years ago that are still there. I don't wear them as much, but I still have them. But I like colors, as we talked about before. So I try to have as many different color sneakers as possible, and I have different color dress shoes and things of that nature. But I don't know. I don't think we ever we never talked about this. But are you a person that collects shoes? Are you like I know you like to shop and you like fashion, but are you the type of person that has like this? You like to wear the same kind of shoes all the time, or do you like variety?
So like I had over 50 pair of shoes before me and Jackie moved in together. But when we went to move in together, like I knew there was no room for all of those shoes. And so I pretty much had to narrow it down. But also, I have been working on being a minimalistic person over the past few years. It kind of like went along with my like spiritual awakening and like trying to be a better person and everything. I realized that I went shopping a lot just for like instant gratification. So I've been trying to work on it, and I still like want shoes every time I go out, but I leave them there. It's really hard and it's really sad. But one day when we have a bigger house, I'll get more shoes. But right now we have a tiny house, so yeah.
Mm. So you're still a shoe enthusiast,
Yes.
but you've learned to minimize the addiction of shoes for the moment. You said temporarily. So
Correct. Like right now I try to go by need. Like what do I need? Which technically we all only need one pair of shoes, but
true.
fashion wise needs. But yeah, so that's where I'm at with shoes.
So I guess my last question about the shoes: are you a sneaker person? You like heels or you wear flats? Which was you? Or do you like all three?
All three, and that's part of the problem. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So today's topic, see, I wasn't gonna put it on you. I'm not gonna put it on you this week. So today's topic is the holidays. We're talking about the holidays, more specifically Christmas. Christmas. I know Christmas is one of Jackie's favorite holidays, and I love Christmas as well. And we're recording this the week of Christmas. So we just wanted to have a conversation about Christmas, how we feel about Christmas, and everything that comes with Christmas, because there's a lot that comes with Christmas. So I guess my first question for you is that how much preparation do you put into Christmas? I know you're a big Christmas person, but how much do you prepare every year for Christmas to get it the way you want?
A lot. Okay. So I remember we started picking up gifts like in the summer because I don't want to be late.
Wow.
Jackie will not let me decorate until after Thanksgiving is fully done and over. So literally the day after Thanksgiving, I put the tree up. I try to keep the same things though, because minimalist vibes. So I try to keep all the same things and decorations and stuff. But
Are you a fresh tree or artificial tree?
I'm an artificial tree type of person, but Jackie would like a real tree. So last year we did the real tree, and I already told her as soon as we bought it, I was like, next year it's my turn. And she was not happy this year when it was my turn. Too bad. But yeah, we have decor like all throughout the downstairs. And what else do I do? I don't know, I try to make it really magical for my kids. I'm really excited that they're coming back tonight. That way this whole week can be magical. Tomorrow we're going to the movies to see the Elf movie. Do you know the Elf movie? Like
I think I saw the commercial. I think I saw
what?
it.
Like with what's his
Oh,
name?
you mean the but you watched
Yeah.
it? Did you watch it a couple weeks ago?
I own it. I watch it all the time. What's the guy's name? Step
He's,
Brothers too.
he's in a lot of movies. I keep thinking Seth Rogen, but it's not Seth Rogen. It's dang, it's on the tip of my tongue. I forget
Is
his
it
name.
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell. There you go. Will
It
Ferrell.
is?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it can't be that, but it is. Yeah, so that Elf movie. Well, it's just like a kids event. Actually, Jackie got the tickets for me and the boys as a gift. So,
Oh,
yeah, she told me that they're gonna give out like free hot chocolate. They have a concession stand, but the way that it is like you can recite the movie lines. Like you're allowed to talk in the movie, so you can recite the movie lines with the actor as they're playing the movie.
oh, that's cool. I never been. That's an experience. That's a cool
Oh
experience.
yeah, I was like, I feel like I'm gonna be annoyed because like, my kids, that's one thing, but other people's kids, annoying. So, but how about you?
Christmas. I used to do a lot of preparation when I was like living with my dad and stuff. But since me and Sierra, we usually travel for Christmas every year. So we've been going traditionally to her family's her grandma's house in Savannah, Georgia. But this year we're gonna stay here. So my friends, one of my close friends from church, I'm actually their godfather to their daughter. They're having a Christmas party at their house. So we're thinking about going to there. And I think my aunt, the same aunt that was did the Thanksgiving,
Mhm.
she was talking about doing something for Christmas. So we have options. Definitely have options. We've never, I guess since we've been together, we've never actually had a official put up tree type Christmas. But I think once we have the new house, because that will be like the house that we're gonna settle in for sure,
Mhm.
maybe we'll start doing like decorations and stuff like that. But we'll be definitely moved in before Christmas of next year. So Christmas of next year, we probably have a competition of who decorates the house better. So
I can't believe you guys haven't put up a tree yet. That's
I
so
know we've been
shocking.
together for like 5 years and we've been married for almost two. No, yeah, 5 years and married almost two. So yeah, we need to. I agree. We need to have that tradition. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for that tradition. I love the Christmas vibe as we both talked about before. I just feel like and I've talked to friends about this too. Like I just feel like it's like a warm, inviting, and happy experience. Of course, it's not for everybody, but at least I grew up with that idea that Christmas is like a warm thing. And of course, it's because of the whole Christian aspect of Christmas about Jesus Christ. But everybody doesn't celebrate Christmas because of that. People just celebrate Christmas for gifts as well, and that's it. But for me, I think I like the whole aspect of the warm, inviting vibe and the reason why Christmas is so important. So
Yeah, I agree. It's very warm for me. Not to the religious extent like for you. But yeah, it is a warm time. I just love how it makes everybody so kind, and it makes me wish that people were kinder all the time. Like people tend to only extend more grace during the holidays.
yeah.
Yeah, I think just all of it feels like super magical. So I just love it. Like I love it. Man, I forgot what else I was gonna say about Christmas to you while you were talking. Do you guys exchange gifts though?
Yeah, we do. Yeah. So every year we do definitely exchange gifts. This year we actually, I guess we're minimalist is the word that we're using because we haven't really thought about too many big gifts that we want to give to each other. I think we're just gonna do something small, like maybe another watch for me, and she said she wants some perfume, but that's really about it. Like years before, we definitely been extravagant. I've got her
Right.
purses. We've done the big things like that. But I think this year, since we've been moving around a lot and planning out what we want to do for next year, I think it's going to be something smaller. And then I think New Year's, we're going to probably go to Savannah to celebrate New Year's. So that'll be fun. Might go to Charleston, South Carolina, because Savannah and South Carolina are right next to each other. So that'll be fun. She has some friends that one of her close friends live there. So we're gonna go see him and his family. So that'll be fun.
That does sound really fun. That reminds me that when Jackie was listening to our other podcast episode, she said she texted me and was like, "I want to go to ATL," and I was like, "Well, then text David," and she was like, "No, you do it." But obviously you were super busy this week, so good thing I didn't. But you have to let us know like what are some safe areas to stay while we're there. That way we could plan a visit for next year.
Yeah, let me know. I wish you would have texted me. I would have texted you back. That's not a problem. Come on.
I know.
You probably forgot that's what it is. But anyway.
Absolutely not.
But no, like honestly, yeah, just let me know. Let me know when you're going, when you plan where you want to come, and then like I'll let you know the areas and all that good stuff, and set up us to have lunch or dinner or go to some events because there's a lot of
Yeah,
things in Atlanta, a lot of things to do. So
we gotta plan it out. That sounds super fun. So
yeah.
I'll have to text you about that.
Yeah, please do. Please do. I'm all for it.
But yeah, so what else can we talk about when it comes to Christmas? Oh, let's talk about my food thing, okay? Um, we just talked about me and Jackie just talked about what we're eating for the holidays, and every time the holidays are coming, I'm like, we need to plan out the menu. And like those are that's probably the most annoying sentence I could say to her. She's like, you and your damn menu. But I'm like, come on, like what are we having? So we decided on a Christmas pasta, and Jackie made
Ooh.
it up. So what makes it Christmas pasta is that we chop up like red and green peppers. So
Mm-hmm.
it's festive. I'm gonna make like a white cheese sauce. It's gonna
Mm.
be vegan, and noodles, and then we also have shrimp and tofu that we're gonna put into it. And I also got frozen broccoli. So it's gonna be like all mixed together with like a white sauce pasta dish. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that sounds delicious. Actually, that sounds really delicious. I'm excited for you guys. That's gonna be nice, good, healthy, and hearty meal at the same time. So I'm excited. I'm excited. Now, are you doing a dessert for
Of
Christmas?
course. That so the pasta was only dinner. Okay, that's Christmas.
Oh, excuse
Yes.
me.
We also got those Hawaiian sweet rolls for the side. Like they're
Delicious,
so soft. Yes. So we
delicious.
have those for the side. Breakfast is gonna be hash browns. I freaking love hash browns.
Hash
Like the
browns are delicious. Yeah.
amazing. So I think we're gonna do like a bagel sandwich with a hash brown on the side. Maybe we got whole wheat bagels today. And we're gonna have buffalo cauliflower dip for Christmas Eve dinner, which is a sweet
Mm.
buffalo chicken dip but with cauliflower.
Mm.
It's so good. And what was your other question? Oh, dessert.
Yeah.
I'm making 3 different types of cookies, and no, they're not from scratch. And I'm making a pumpkin pie.
Why do you have to emphasize not from scratch?
Because before you even ask me, just no, they're not from scratch.
That's fine. Hey, the ones you got to put in the oven, those are delicious anyway. So that's perfectly fine.
I mean, I still gotta mix it together. Like I gotta put butter and eggs in it. So like I got some credit.
That's from scratch then. What do you mean?
No, no, no. Scratch is like you make your own like the powder part, you know?
Oh, okay. So what are the 3 cookies that you said pumpkin what?
No, pumpkin pie.
Oh, you're doing pumpkin pie and cookies. Okay.
Yes. And then I'm doing chocolate chip cookies, oatmeal cookies, and then the other cookies are the ones that you just place and bake, you know, that they're like
Mm-hmm.
those, and it has like a little Christmas tree on it. That's
That sounds delicious. That sounds delicious. I see you like cooking. I see you like cooking.
I do like cooking. I'm obsessed with food. I told you this.
Hey, welcome to the club because I'm super obsessed with food. I was actually gonna cook today, but I was like, I don't feel like it. I'll cook tomorrow. But I'm actually gonna cook. I'm gonna post what I cook as well. But I love. I did tell you that story that actually after I graduated high school, I wanted to go to culinary school. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I still want to do it. I told myself by 30, I'm 30 now. So I guess I have to hurry up and apply, don't I? But definitely love cooking. Cooking is like a passion. I feel so happy when I cook. I feel like it's just like I don't see it as like a chore. I see it as art, like mixing different things together, the flavors, making sure things taste good, learning because cooking is just trial and error as well. Sometimes you don't have the best dishes. Sometimes you cook it perfectly and you know what to do next time. But I feel like it's just trial and error art until you're able to get it to the way you want it, or you get it to the way you truly enjoy it. So I love that aspect of like food and cooking. So
Yeah, it's like so satisfying when you try something new and you do good at it. Like this white cheese sauce will be new for me, but hopefully I get it right and then I'll just be, it's just like a satisfying feeling. But also about like you wanting to go to culinary school, what if cooking was just like a hobby that you're really interested in because you already like you're like booked as a person. I was talking to Jackie about that the other day. I'm like, how does David do all the things he do? Like he works out, he travels for work, like you listen to 3 books a day. There's just a lot of different things that you do. And now you're just like, oh, I'm gonna go to culinary school too. Like you're gonna fall apart. I'm pretty sure.
Well, it's funny. It's funny because, and technically, it's not 3 books a day for people that's listening.
I'm sorry, it's not 3 books a month. Yeah,
3 books
yeah.
a month, yes. So, I did have a point in my life where I think that was a time when I had a coach, and I felt like I wasn't doing enough, and even though I was doing a lot, and I think the one thing he taught me was that I have to slow down and appreciate all the things that I'm doing, because just because I want to accomplish so many things doesn't mean I should disregard all the things that I have done so far or the things that I'm planning on doing. So that's the biggest thing that I had to do, and realize that I have to appreciate the things that I have around me and appreciate things I've done. But I guess I just feel in myself like if there's time in the day, there's something I should be doing. If there Now, don't shake your head. Now I do get it. I do get it. You're absolutely right. There is time to relax. That's why I do have the self-care day. Me and my wife even talk about it. Like, she's always like, why don't you? She's like, every Saturday you just want to chill and lay in the house. I was like, yeah, I prefer to. Like, Saturdays are usually when some people go on and go party and things like that. Now, granted, there are events that happen on Saturday that I will lovingly go to. Like last Saturday, I went to my friend's baby shower. I have no problem doing that. It's a good close friend of mine, and I would love to support her husband, and she really has a little boy as well. Love that support. But if it's like a Saturday, and even yesterday, I went to go to a graduation, no problem. But if it's a Saturday where I don't have nothing planned, you know where I am. You see me, I'll be at the house, I'll be chilling. And I have incorporated that in my life because, as you said, you're not the first person that said, dang, you're doing a lot. And like, I have a coaching business. I have a full-time job. I wake up every morning, workout. I'm reading the books. I'm married. I'm one of the leaders in my church. What else? I have family that's there. I have friends. I have things, and I'm the person that checks on people. So it's like I do a lot, but I love it because it's something that gives all of these different things give me happiness and it adds on to my happiness. So I'm all for it. Now, if it's something that like my job, for instance, I don't think we talked about this, but I'm really ready to leave my job, but I have to wait till next year because, we have the new house and stuff like that. And when you're getting a house, as you know, they check your finances. So I have to have a job. But next year, I'm planning by like early beginning of next year to get a new job, something more fulfilling. Maybe my coaching business takes off next year and I could do it full time. All for that as well. Or the podcast takes off and we could do that full time. All for that. I'm ready for that. But yeah, I think the biggest thing for me that's helps me balance it all is that I do choose a day out of the week to just self-care and relax. So
you forgot the podcast as part of your list, and
that's the newest one.
I was like, what are you doing right now? These are one of the things you do.
And I'm also a co-host to the most amazing, powerful podcast that's changing lives. We getting positive feedback. We getting people downloading and listening to us more and more each week. And we've officially on episode 10. That's a big achievement as well. So we're doing a lot. And I mean, I know I'm doing a lot, but I know you're doing a lot as well. So I think me having one day to just settle down and relax, I think is very powerful. And at the end of the year, I always take the end of the year off from work. So I think we talked about it last week that starting tomorrow, Monday, the 20th, I'm off for the rest of the year. So I get to recharge. Oh, and I'm trying to get a book published. So that's another. So yes, go ahead. Keep talking.
It's always something. Yes, you have the last 2 weeks of the year off, and I only have one more day of PTO left, and I decided to take it on Christmas Eve because the closer we get to Christmas, the more checked out I am at work. And I just become useless. This Tuesday is going to be the biggest day of the year for my job. It's called year end commission close. It's when they make all their money. So I have to work overtime that day from 8 to 8 in the office.
Wow.
At first I thought I was going to do the overtime at home, but then my boss was like, "Oh, I would actually like if you stay here." So I'm still kind of trying to figure out what she thinks I'm going to do with my kids while I'm there. But
Yeah.
yeah, after that day, then everything should pretty much get much slower. But I'm excited because I'll have 4 days off and I'll have like some extra time to get ready for Christmas because I have a lot of food prep I got to do.
I think the biggest thing about the holidays, like as you said, is that you do get to relax and unwind, and that's like literally the one of the things that I look forward to at the end of the year, because the holiday season for me means that you can slow down. Like you don't have to be going crazy. And then even for like my coaching stuff, like I love that I followed someone on Instagram and I met her in person, amazing person. She does great marketing and social media stuff. And she said, you don't have to create new content for December. Just do best of 2021. All the content you created, look at your Instagram, look at your whatever YouTube or whatever your social media stuff is at, and see the posts that get the most likes or the most reach or things of that nature, and then repost it so new people can see it. And that was another thing that I'm doing. Like every week, I was making new content. So for December, I don't have to make new content. I don't have to. I can just repost all the stuff. And another thing that I do is really beautiful is that in January, I'm going to release all the videos that I've been doing. I had 12 people that I interviewed, including yourself. So look out for her interview. It's going to be amazing. But yeah, so January, I'll be posting that as well. So then February, I can actually start making new content. So it's a little things that you do. I think there's a little things that you do. As you said, you're taking the day off before Christmas Eve to relax and get everything going. I think it's the beautiful thing about the holidays. Like if anyone else is watching or listening, the beautiful thing about the holidays is that it means to unwind. Don't stress yourself out. The end of the year is coming because literally after Christmas, New Year's Eve is the following week. So, and then it's 2022. So I think that's the beautiful thing about it.
Yeah, my son's birthday is actually a week after Christmas. So that always like sneaks up on me, and every year I never like do anything for my birthday because I'm so caught up with like Christmas and then it's his birthday and then I completely forget myself. And so this year like I said, I started with Christmas in the summer. I already have all my son's birthday gifts and his birthday plans are set and ready to go. So I was able to make plans for myself. So I'm having a birthday dinner for myself. Like I planned it and everything like that. So I figure like if you have a hard time enjoying your birthday, you can try that as well. Like don't sit around and wait for someone to make it special for you. Make it special for yourself. You don't have to have someone else plan anything for you. You can do it yourself because you are worthy of celebrating yourself. So you don't have to like wait around for someone else to find you worthy, which is what I think I was trying to do. Like I just wanted someone else to make my birthday important and I kind of felt like undeserving of doing it for myself. But I decided, F that. Like a birthday is a celebration of your life. You made it another year. You're still alive and that's definitely worth celebrating.
Yeah, I completely agree. And when you were speaking about that, it made me think about like traditions like Christmas, whatever it may be. If you feel like the traditions that you've had to go along with previously in your life is not working for you and it doesn't make you happy, create new ones. Create new traditions. Like no one told you that you have to follow these traditions just because maybe your family does it or because you've experienced that in the previous past. Like people didn't celebrate your birthday this year coming up for your birthday, celebrate it your own way. Don't wait for nobody to tell you happy birthday. Tell yourself happy birthday and make your birthday special. If you usually celebrate Christmas with your family's not together this year, or you've never celebrated Christmas with your family and you have your own family, create your own Christmas celebration, create your own time of enjoyment, because it's your life. You have the right to create the traditions that you really want. So
Yeah, you're so right. I feel like that was my struggle with the holidays after my divorce and everything, because I don't talk to my family anymore, and then I got divorced, so I also didn't have like that part of my family, like my ex-husband's family, and then I was alone, and I just was like, I don't even want to celebrate Christmas. Like, I have nothing that I've always had. I have no one to share it with. And like as each year passes, I learn more and more how to just enjoy it on my own without needing those people around. And I actually just said that to my sister too. I said, we have to separate the holiday from our mom, because our mom is who made us love Christmas. But just because she's not around or we choose not to spend it with her doesn't mean we don't have to like Christmas. You can just make it your own. And I think a lot of people get sad on the holidays because, you know, things are different or certain people aren't around. But I think all of life is just learning to find the joy in it over and over again, even as things change.
that's very powerful. I think the joy is within you, not the event. And I think that's the beautiful thing, that everybody has to remember, that just because the people that you celebrated your joy with is not around doesn't mean your joy is not there. It doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. So bring your joy out and celebrate with new people, or bring your joy out and celebrate with yourself. It's endless. Don't attach your happiness to other people, because that's going to get you nothing but sadness when those people are not there anymore. So I agree.
Yes. Oh my God. That is just so true. That's like one of the hardest lessons I had to learn, not to put my happiness in other people. And I think that was the person that I was before. Like, I relied on other people to give me worth and value and happiness. Like, my happiness was in other people. And it wasn't until I was alone that I had to figure out that I make my life happy. And I find myself saying that to a lot of people too. And they say, I'll be happy when, I'll be happy when. I'm like, you won't, because you need to just be a happy person because you choose to be happy, because you will get to that next step of your life that you've been waiting for and you still won't be happy.
Yeah. And it's same applies to people that's like, oh, I got to do more. I got to keep going. I got to do this, do that, do that. You should be happy where you are. And then whatever happens next adds on to your happiness. Not that you'll find happiness when you reach that part.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna start draining yourself, and you're gonna start not seeing it as fruitful and fulfilling when you do get to that part, the thing that you're reaching, or you do get that relationship that you're looking for, or you do get that job, or whatever it may be. Find the happiness now, so when you do reach those goals, it just adds on. It's like, hey, I did do this, or wow, these people are in my life now, because you're selling yourself short by not seeing the value that you have already. So
Also, one of my biggest tips for people when they are so unhappy is, if you're unhappy, do something for someone else. Because that has taken me out of some very dark places. And I think I've shared this on here before, but like, I always do a lot to give back, like all year, not just during the holidays, but that kind of like keeps my spirit going, just to know that I'm blessed enough to give to other people in many different ways. And that helps like keep me level. It keeps me grounded. It keeps me one with humanity.
yeah, I agree that generosity is a cure. I think it's definitely a cure for depression, sadness, because you're taking yourself out of your current situation that you do feel sad about, and you're seeing the beauty of what happiness could look like through other people. And I think that's something that we as human beings have the value, we have the privilege to receive, because other animals can't do that. But human beings, we have the ability to be generous to other people, and it increases your own happiness within. So that's what the holidays are all about. At least that's for me and you. I know we both agree on that. But for the people out there that don't see the value in holidays, like, oh, it's just another day and things of that nature, that's up to you. That is completely up to you. If you define it that way, sure. But there are other ways to see things. At least that's how I see it. Like, if you're having a tough time during the holidays, if you're having a point where you're depressed during the holidays, just remember there are other ways to see the holidays. Doesn't mean that the things that you're currently going through, that's how it's going to be forever. It's up to you to decide if you want it to be that way forever. So
First of all, generosity is a cure is the most fire thing I ever heard. Like, I got goosebumps, but I loved that. But yeah, what else was I gonna say? Oh, I wanted to touch on like how you were saying that you always do a lot, and you said like you're sure that I do a lot, and I also do a lot. I agree with that. Like, my Instagram is a hobby, and I have to put a lot of effort into it. Like, I don't just throw a post on there. I have to like wake up earlier so that I can get my workout in and get ready completely for work, and also have time to take pictures, which it's not like I just snap one picture and it's perfect. I have to take like 1,000 and then I pick like 1 through 5 photos out of it. So that takes a lot of time. And I also have to sit down and write a caption, and I have to edit the post and everything like that. And aside from that, I do work on the podcast, which we usually record once a week. And then we stay in communication from the day we recorded until the day we post, because I have to write a description because I'm the show writer. David is the show editor. He does all of the IT stuff that I would never be able to do without him, because I don't know how and I don't want to know how. And I also post on our podcast. So those Instagram reels that people pay no attention to, a lot of effort goes into those. And they're kind of supposed to be like episode teasers. Like, if you watch the little reel, then you'll be like, "Ooh, I want to listen to that," and you click.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, I do all of those things, but I do wonder if it gets hard for you like it does for women, because women have cycles of emotional state because of having a period. So I feel like very motivated and very, very good for 2 weeks out of the month, and then the other 2 weeks it's like all going downhill, and then I start to just really feel like I'm just exhausted and life is too much and I don't want to do anything. And I also like think in my head like my Instagram's stupid and I'm embarrassed and I want to like delete it. And I also think that about the podcast. Like, I'll be like, we're talking to nobody. Like, we're talking to nobody. Who's listening? I don't know. But at the same time, I don't think I know who's listening, because I was just telling Jackie this morning that I'll see a friend and they'll be like, oh, hey, I listen all the time. But they don't text me and say that they just listen. Like, if they see me, they just mention it like, hey, just so you know, I've been listening. And I'm like, oh, like you don't actually know who's listening. But my point is, like, do you experience things like that where your mental health isn't as great as it always is? And how do you get through all of the things that are on your plate even though you don't feel like it?
Well, I'm perfect, so I have no problems do anything. I'm just kidding. No, honestly, I do get to that point a lot. And now that I have a lot of things that's going on a weekly basis, like the podcast, coaching page, coaching, and all this different stuff, like, it gets a lot. And it does, and I've had points where it's like, what am I doing this for? Like, am I gonna do this forever? Is this something that I'm gonna be doing forever? Like, I gotta make a new idea, or I have to record, or I have to do this and things of that nature. But I realized something that keeps me going all the time, because the thing that you said is powerful, because I learned that years ago, because I started doing like personal quotes on my Facebook, and I still do them now, little one sentence quotes. And I titled them ADC, which means Another David Classic. Short story behind that, I started in high school, and one of my friends, like, we were friends on Facebook, he was like, oh, I never used to put ADC, but he used to say, oh man, that's Another David Classic. So I was like, oh, Another David Classic. All right, ADC. So I put them as like the pen name. And there'll be times where I get no likes at all. And one friend told me one day, just randomly, he never liked any of my quotes. He said, man, I really like your quotes, man. I was like, really? You never like them? He's like, yeah, I never actually click like, but I actually really love them. And I've had a lot of friends that say this. I've actually had friends that would like copy my quotes and put them on like their Facebook and things of that nature. This one, Facebook like was brand new, but So I apply that practice to life. Like you never know who's watching.
Mhm.
And another story I can say is that, I'm big with the youth at my church. Like all the young kids and stuff. They're grown now. Like I was teaching them Sunday school. They're like in middle school. Now most of them are graduating college or almost about to graduate college. So it's been a while, but there was one guy, well, he's grown, he's like 18 now, but I was teaching him like since he was 12. And he came to me, he was like, man, I just thank you for all the things you do. And I'm just like, really? Because he's quiet, he doesn't really talk about stuff. And he's like, man, I just thank you for things that you do, because you really helped me realize that, there's more things to life instead of like what's going on around me. And his grandma came to me and she's just like, oh, thank you so much. And then it stuck with me. It's like, you never know who's looking at you. You
Mhm.
never know who's like seeing you on a day-to-day basis that don't say anything to you. And they never will say anything to you, but you're helping them to keep going in their lives. You're helping them to stay alive. You're helping them to realize that there's more than what is right in front of them. There are things beyond that they can achieve to be. And I just applied that to coaching and posting. And now I'm applying that to the podcast, because as you said, we would love to have thousands of people listening and have thousands of comments and have even the haters commenting on us, because that means that people are watching. But
Mhm.
we get like 5 views, 10 views here. It's like, dang, we just recorded a whole hour conversation. We only had like 2, 3 views. But you never know who that one view is.
Yeah.
You never know who that person is. And it was funny, I actually went to Buzzsprout and I looked it up, and there's someone from Denmark that's listening to us. And I'm like, I don't know anybody from Denmark.
Yeah, me either.
And I'm like, I guess they like the podcast because they're listening every week, because it tells you like the countries that are listening. And there's always that one person from Denmark. So shout out to that one person in Denmark that's listening to us. And from the Netherlands, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Comment it on our Instagram and let us know who you are if you want to. It's not a force. But I think the biggest thing about it is that you never know. You never know. And that's a big drive for me, because yeah, the people that may be listening are haters. They could be, but you never know. One episode, like today's episode, they listen to us like, dang, I used to have really bad holidays, but I listened to With Heart and Soul podcast, and they said we can make our own traditions, and it could change their life forever. So
That is very true. I also get DMs sometimes from women saying that my posts have been helping them for the past year, and I'm just like, really, you never liked or commented on anything in my head, but you're totally right. You never know who's listening. But yeah, I check Buzzsprout all the time, and I did notice that people listen internationally, and we've hit like all different states and things like that. So I don't think we have a real perception of how many people are listening, but I have no thoughts of stopping. Just sometimes when you're an entrepreneur and you're being vulnerable and you're putting it all out there, it's hard. It gets in your head.
yeah,
And I think that other people look at you and think like, oh, you're brave and you got it all together and you have it all figured out. But that's not the case. At least for me, anytime I post, it's an act of bravery every single time. And I don't necessarily get like many comments or people telling me I've helped them or anything like that, but it's I don't have it all figured out is my point. I don't. I have bad days where I question myself and I doubt myself. But I keep going because that is what gives my life meaning for me and that's what makes me happy. So I'm not going to give up even though I might consider it sometimes.
I agree. And I don't think I ever shared this with you. I mean, I told a couple people, but I haven't really. The reason why I started coaching is because I needed the work as well. I needed to love myself more. So when I started doing the coaching and figuring out about, well, what kind of coach I wanted to be, at first I wanted to be about a grief coach, like people who have went through traumatic experiences and things of that nature, i.e., because I've had a lot of traumatic experiences in my life. But once I got into the relationship aspect and realizing that self-love was very important for me and growing within self-love, that's when I started devoting more of my time to coaching people who needed self-love in their lives. And it's therapeutic. The things that we take for granted, like the coaching or the podcast or you doing your post every morning, it's therapeutic because you're sharing something within you to the world. You're sharing your experiences to the world. You're sharing difficult times, good times, bad times, lessons learned, pain, hurt, whatever adjectives you want to think of. You're sharing it with the world instead of you keeping it inside. And a lot of people keep the stuff that they're going through, good and bad, inside without sharing it with the world. And they look at us and we're like, wow, they were able to do it. We can do it too. So.
Yeah, that's definitely one of our goals, I think, combined is just that so that you guys know that you're not alone. So that's why we share everything on here with you guys. And we didn't talk about the holidays the whole time on here because we went all over the place. But still, we discussed some helpful things. So we hope that as the holidays approach, that you're able to truly enjoy them. And even though they may look different to you, we hope you can find a new way to enjoy them and find new traditions and find happiness in that day. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you said it all. What else can you say? How much time we have left?
14 minutes.
Oh, okay. I guess one question I have for you is like, I don't want to say one. I like to say 5. So what would you say your top 5 favorite Christmas gifts has ever been?
Wow. Top 5 favorite Christmas gifts. I don't know. I feel like I am not materialistic enough for this question. The one year I really wanted ear pods. But Jacky already told me she wasn't gonna get me like the name brand of ear pods because that's too much money. So she told Jossie that I wanted ear pods. So Jossie got me like an off brand of ear pods, but they were pink, which is my favorite color. So that was super exciting. So there's one. What else? I don't know, David. That's a hard question.
It's not meant to be easy. Well, that's one. You said one, so that's good. I don't think you have to say 5, but
yeah, I buy myself things also because I suck at shopping for other people. So I'll be like, oh, that's really cute for me, and I'll like buy one for me and one for the other person. But I've been definitely buying myself stuff all along the way. But this year, this is my favorite thing I got, my empathy necklace. I bought that for myself while Christmas shopping. But yeah, I have no idea what I'm gonna get for Christmas. I didn't ask for anything. I have nothing that I want. I told Jacky I wanted to go on a trip. But I think she did buy me gifts because I know things came in the mail. So we shall see what I am getting.
oh, that'll be fun.
What about you?
Surprise. Oh man. I mean, game consoles, like when I was younger, those are always fun. Like a Dreamcast or like a GameCube when they both were big, but they're not big anymore. They're obsolete. But I like just quality time. Like I'm a big quality time person. Like, of course, my love language is touching, but I think the second one is definitely quality time for sure. I also like to give people gifts. I can't always do it because of money, but sometimes when I do have the ability to, I just love to give people gifts. But I'm the same way with you. Like terrible with picking gifts. So I literally ask people what they want. Did they say, I don't know? I was like, okay, I'll just give you money. So I'll just give you money. And it's not no crazy amount, but I like to be creative. Like one of my secrets I share with the podcast is like Dollar Tree. Shout out to Dollar Tree. We talked about Dollar Tree last episode. But yeah. Dollar Tree, if you want to sponsor our podcast, let us know. Yes. They sell those dollar Christmas boxes, those empty Christmas boxes. So what I used to do is I used to put like $20 in them and then tell people like, oh, I got you this. I travel a lot. So I got an exotic gift from when I was traveling in other states. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. They're like, but why isn't it in a Dollar Tree bag? I don't know. Just open it. And then they'll be surprised when they see like $20 in it. It's like, oh, that's awesome. Things of that nature. So I like to surprise people like that. Like I love giving during the holidays because I like to, as we talked about, I like to see the smiles on people's faces and things like that.
Yeah.
So I do buy myself stuff as well. Like I buy myself stuff for my birthday. Christmas, I don't know. I don't really need anything like this year. I really don't, but I should. I probably should buy myself something because I've learned another lesson that I've learned in my life is that you have to appreciate yourself as well. Buy yourself something that you really like. Don't say, oh, I can't spend money right now because I have to worry about other people. No, get yourself something you really like. You deserve it. You work hard. You doing the best that you can in this world. So cherish yourself. It's Christmas time. Buy yourself a Christmas gift. It's not going to kill you. So
Treat yourself.
yeah.
I just started doing that recently too because I could always justify myself spending a lot of money on other people, but I never wanted to buy anything for myself. So now I have to do that justifying within myself. Like, yeah, I am allowed to buy myself things and spend money on myself too. It doesn't need to be for someone else.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, my throat is getting dry. But I did keep it minimal with my kids this year because I used to buy them like I wanted them to just see a lot of stuff to open. And so it would end up being like not quality things and not things that they would play with for a long time. And I constantly like clean out their toys and stuff like that. And it would just be things that they barely even looked at. So it's like a waste of my money. So this year they only got two fun gifts each, and then the rest is like stuff that they needed. So for my oldest, I got him a video game for his Nintendo that he's obsessed with,
Mm-hmm.
and I also bought him like a rechargeable debit card because he always wants to buy what is called V-Bucks on the Nintendo, and
Mm-hmm.
you have to put your debit card in there. And Jackie doesn't like that because she's like, that is how you get hacked. Don't be putting our debit card number into the Nintendo. So we bought the rechargeable one and we put some money on it. So now every time when he gets money, he can add it onto the debit card and he can have a debit card and think he's grown.
And that's smart too because now he learns what it means to manage money at a young age. Like when the money is gone, he knows the money is gone, and that means that he can't buy nothing. So
Yep,
yeah.
exactly. But I got him a hoverboard for his birthday. So I'm
Oh.
excited to give him that. And then I got him a charger for his Nintendo, and I'll give him more V-Bucks for his birthday. And then my youngest, he got the go-kart,
Mm-hmm.
got a Batman action figure. Other than that, everything was stuff that they need. So, and I feel fine about that because everybody gives them so much stuff. So I don't need to go overboard because everybody
Yeah,
else.
that's true. That's true. You know what's funny? Like a gift that I cherish that I hated when I was a little kid, when people would buy you socks. I used to
Yeah.
hate that, but I love decorative socks now. Like I love socks, like designer, like design socks, colorful socks, all that different stuff because I can wear them with my blazers and stuff. So
I love socks too, actually. I was just talking to Jackie about how, like, I feel like that's the most frowned upon gift and a mug. I'm like, I will
Mhm.
love a coffee mug and a pair of socks, and I'll be just as happy.
Exactly. I agree. I guess the older you get, this you start to realize the stuff that you used to hate. Like, oh, this is not as bad as I thought it was gonna be when I was
Yeah.
younger.
Plus, for me, I already buy myself everything I want, so I don't need anything from other people. If I want something, I just get it. I don't wait around for someone to buy it for me.
There you go. Live that life, girl. There you go. That's awesome. That's awesome.
My like the owner of my job where I work, he gave me a $100 bill, so that was nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
Take
I like. Go ahead.
no, take yourself out to dinner.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what's funny that when I opened it and I saw it, like it felt so good. Like it was just like a crisp $100 bill. Like it was just such a nice gift. And my first thought was, who can I give this to? Should I like give it away? Does someone need it more than me? And then I just was like, no, Jackie, stop. This is your
Hmm.
$100 bill. You're gonna keep it. So I actually talked about this on my Instagram story. I'm getting my kids' names tattooed on my wrist.
Yeah, I saw that. I
I'll
saw
just
that.
use it. I'll use it towards that.
Oh, cool, cool, cool. That's
But like,
fun.
why didn't anyone reply to my story and say you can't get tatted on your veins? Because Jackie told me that. And I'm like, literally, no one had my back. No one responded and said, oh, you can't get tatted on your veins.
Now, funny enough, my latest tattoo that I got, some parts of it is on my veins, and it hurt. But okay, I'll describe how it feels. So you're prepared. You're ready.
Yes, please do.
It's like a hot, like somebody, you know how you get tattooed and it feels, of course, you feel like somebody, like needles going into yours, but it feels hot.
Yeah.
It feels like it's burning a little bit. So be prepared for that. And I was talking to the tattoo artist because I've known him for years because we went to high school together. And he was like, yeah, that is like one of the most painful parts of the body, only because that's where like it's vulnerable, because it's like right here. So like, yeah. You see right here.
Oh yeah, I do see that. Yeah, that's very close up there.
Mm-hmm. So it's not bad. It's okay. It's just that it's gonna hurt.
Well, I actually have since changed my mind. So I know that you guys can't see me, so I apologize for that if you're not watching. But on my left hand, I have a tattoo there. It's like a penguin, and like the moon comes up kind of high. So the name would have been right here. But I'm not doing that any longer. I'm just gonna stack the two names over here a little bit more down on my right wrist, a little bit more down from the veins, because I'm not willing to deal with that pain. So I will no longer be doing that.
Okay, it's temporary. It's temporary. You'll be okay. Like, it'll hurt, but it'll get better. Let's put it that way.
Well, hopefully the tattoo artist responds, because I've been wanting to get my kid's name tattooed for a long time, and I just want something simple. If you saw it on my Instagram, then you know it's just something simple. I really don't think it needs to be extravagant or have their birth date on it or anything like that. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, I'm excited for you. Like, I love tattoos, but that's me. I'm biased. So
all right, guys. Well, it is the unfortunate time where we have to start to close out.
Yes.
So I hope that this episode helped you with the holidays. And if nothing at all, I hope it entertained you for the moment. But yeah, let us know if you have any questions, any comments, or any feedback. If you are listening to us and you want us to know, please let us know over on our Instagram. Our Instagram is always, right? Is it always in the description box?
It is. Yes, it is.
So that's where you can find us. And if you find us on there, then you will also find my Instagram and you'll find David's as well. So you can connect with us personally. We want to get to know you guys and we want to know if you're listening. So check us out over on Instagram.
Yes, please do. Yeah, and if you created your own new traditions, let us know. Like, sometimes it's great to learn people's traditions so we can incorporate it into our own traditions. So it's the holiday seasons, Christmas. We wish you guys a wonderful Christmas. If you celebrate Christmas, there are people that don't celebrate Christmas. Happy holidays to everybody. I know there's a lot of different holidays during this time frame as well. Follow us, as Jackie said, on Instagram with Heart and Soul Podcast. Talk to us, DM us. Let us know how you feel about our episodes. And if you are a quiet listener, we welcome you, quiet listeners. Shout out to you, quiet listeners. We hope that you get something out of it. YouTube, you can see our lovely faces on YouTube, because we posted on YouTube as well with Heart and Soul Podcast. Like and subscribe so you don't miss out. Like and subscribe in all your podcast channels that you listen to. That way you don't have to be searching for us anymore. It'll just come to you directly. It makes it easy. See where we land. Follow them on Instagram. That's Jacky's business. Colabcoaching. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, so you can see information about my coaching stuff. My website is yourcolabcoach.com. See where we land.com for your website. See what we are about. And SoundCloud. We're on SoundCloud as well. And with that being said, thank you guys for listening and watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye.
Bye, guys.